And welcome back, YouTube. It is 10:38 p.m. and I'm heading out. It's been a pretty good night at work. Nothing really memorable. Oh, except for the woman that I met after my lunch break. That was kind of memorable. Since I still don't have my EBT card and I'm really trying to be frugal with my cash, I didn't go anywhere for lunch. I brought some more of those little microwave chicken sandwiches that I got at Costco. Those are pretty good. I wish I'd have brought more today though, because I'm still leaving here kind of hungry, and I don't have a loaf of bread at home, so I can't make any sandwiches at home. And then on top of that, I don't have a microwave to make the little microwave chicken sandwiches. So I'll figure out something. There's got to be something I can eat at home. So more than average car treasures today. Got a really fancy blue quilt and a couple other random things. A pretty nice Oakley glasses case. Oh, and I also got a oh dang, my napkins are freaking everywhere. They've been coming out of my driver's side cart, or they're not. The pocket I put them in, they're not very secured in there. I gotta find a better place to put them before they get absolutely destroyed. I just know it becomes a problem when I have no napkins in my car, when I need napkins in my car. I should really make a point tomorrow to handle some business. Actually, you know, I should probably handle some stuff tonight, come to think of it. If I get my money order for my storage rent tonight, that'll make paying my storage rent tomorrow on the way to work super easy. Actually, sounds like a really good idea. And I should have enough cash on me to do that. Just with the cash I got from the Halloween party on Saturday night. Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. So, no reason to go to Priscilla's place last night. I had 2 disappointing nights in a row there, and that's more than enough for me to not want to go there. Although, she did make me a hell of a good dinner last night, even if it was, you know, my food. I hope she had some of that chicken too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna head up to the PLS at 16th Street and Thomas. I think that's the most logical one between. Oh, this lane's weird. I don't think they put that sign there correctly. The sign would indicate that this lane is turning left and that the next lane is going straight, but it's a double left turn here. I think somebody putting the temporary signs messed up. Or maybe I wasn't paying enough attention when I saw it. Anyway, I'm getting in this lane. Bowie, nice. So yeah, I found quite a few interesting things. This blue quilt's pretty nice. And the SUV that I got it out of, or maybe it was a minivan. Can't remember if it was an SUV or a minivan, but at any rate, it looked like it had 2 brand new car seats in the back. And I kind of got the feeling they didn't look like the kind that Hertz gives out or rents or whatever. But I wasn't 100% on that. It's possible he might have belonged to Hertz, so I didn't grab them because I'm not about to steal anything that belongs to Hertz. But I sure hope they don't get thrown away because they looked brand new and they were matching. My gut feeling looking at those car seats was that some parent with 2 little kids didn't realize they could get car seats from Hertz and brought 2 brand new matching ones and just left them rather than bring them home with them. Probably was just easier to just ditch them than to spend the money to take them home or have them shipped home. I don't know. I certainly thought about grabbing them, and if I was a little bit more familiar with exactly what model car seats that Hertz uses, but I don't know, I just wasn't 100% on that. But the quilt, on the other hand, definitely doesn't belong to Hertz. So, yay, another quilt. I've got a few other random treasures in cars, although at the moment I can't really think of what they were. I got a hat. I hate that there's a stop sign there and not a yield sign there, because of course I'm going to get this light red. And if that sign was yield and there were no traffic coming from the left, I could have just slid right through and got that light green and got the next light green. ADOT, straighten that shit out. There's no reason for a stop sign to be right there. Oh, yeah, really fancy clothes hanger. And do I need a really fancy clothes hanger? Probably not, but I couldn't resist grabbing that. Oh, yeah, there's the hat. It's a beanie from Beats Fish and Chips. It's too cool. Could not grab it. But one of the other things that I grabbed was a really, really nice thermos that was full of water. And right at the end of the night, one of the car washers, and he's nobody I've really talked to, but like he always says hi to me and stuff, and is super friendly. He's got a really strong accent, so some of those guys, you know, I can't really have much of a conversation with them due to language barrier. But although this guy, I think once upon a time I rode around with him. He like drove me around to pick up my cars at the end of the night. That's who I'm thinking it is. Sometimes I have trouble remembering people like that. Anyway, right towards the end of the night, he came up to me and he asked if I had found a thermos, and he described it. And it's like, actually, I did. He asked where it was. I'm like, it's in my car. I'll grab it for you. And yeah, he was really thankful I brought that back to him. And not like I'm trying to take anything from somebody at work. I find something left in a car, especially something as, and not to say the thermos is low value, but it's not the kind of value of an item that somebody who dropped off a rental car and then flew to another state is coming back for, you know. So, and otherwise they just end up in the trash. So I figured it'd be nice to grab a nice thermos. Glad I was able to get it back to a coworker. Gosh, I was going to talk about the woman I met after my lunch break. So my biggest fail on my lunch break, brought stuff from home because I know I don't have any money to spend on vending or going out. And kind of disappointed with the burgers that I got yesterday from Burger King. It feels like they've definitely shrunk the Whopper Jr. And I was talking to Andre about that, and he said the same thing. They seemed much smaller to him when he got them the other day as well. So I guess Burger King getting frustrated with the people like myself that would rather get 2 Whopper Juniors and not order fries. So I guess they shrunk them down to a size that if you get 2 of those, you really need to eat fries or you're not going to be full. But yeah, that's not enough to motivate me to buy Burger King fries. I just really don't like Burger King fries. So yeah, I brought stuff from home. When I brought my last can, Minute Maid Aguas Frescas, I forget what flavor it was, but I took my break just so I could use the Wi-Fi in the rental car center. I took my break up in the lobby of the rental car center, and they've got these little waiting areas. I like to jokingly call them the time travel pods, because it's a good place to sit down and time travel. You don't travel forward in time any faster there than you do anywhere else, but it's one of those spots where you can sit for hours and nobody will mess with you for sitting there. It's just such a normal thing that somebody who has like returns their car early and has hours to wait until their plane leaves, or their plane got delayed after they returned their car. It's not unusual for somebody to sit there and chill. So every now and then I'll take my break there because the Wi-Fi comes in really strong there. And opened my Agua Frescas, took just a small drink out of it, stuck it in the flat area behind me, just behind my head, so out of my field of vision. And I didn't remember until maybe a half hour after my break that I never drank that. And I went back, and of course it was gone. I'd been thrown away by then. damn, it's an expensive drink to just take one sip out of and just leave. I wish there were little tables next to those, in between the chairs there. Because with that being out of my field of vision, I just literally forgot it was there. And apparently I wasn't that thirsty, or I would have drank it, right? So, pretty good story about a very attractive middle-aged woman. I would guess her to be around my age, maybe a little bit older, which it's not that often that I meet women in my age group that I find to be really that attractive, but I found her to be really, really attractive, and spent, I want to say, a good solid 10 minutes with her. And this is after my break, so, theoretically it was on company time. I would argue I was working while I was with her, and I'm going to explain what's up with that. Oh shit, thinking I'm going to Arco, but I'm going to PLS. When I come this way, I'm just so usually headed to Arco to get gas, but I've got plenty of fuel right now. But yeah, after I get my money order, I'll explain what the deal was with her. It was interesting. At least it was interesting to me. All right, well, there's one end of the month thing taken care of before the end of the month. Yeah, it's always chaotic when I try to take care of those things when it's the first of the month. A lot easier when I can handle it before the month is over. So 10:57 p.m. right now. I think I'm just gonna head home now. So the woman that I met, and I never got her name, I really wish I did. The woman that I met after my lunch break, as I said, I took my lunch break in the upstairs waiting area inside the lobby of the rental car center. And there's a few of those spaces where you can sit and chill and wait, and there's chargers there. Well, actually there's USB ports, and there's 110 volt outlets, just, USB ports for power, but I didn't have any chargers with me, and that's fine. I didn't need any additional power on my phone. Usually if I take a break there, I take advantage of that and charge my phone, but no, I just used the Wi-Fi to move some files around. Didn't have time to finish anything or post anything. Actually, that's not true. I did a community post of a picture I took of a window, which I thought was kind of amusing. Two words I've noticed people are confusing a lot in comments on the internet, but this is the first time I've seen it in somewhere other than comments on the internet, is the words of and off. And I see people using off when they should be using of, and of when they should be using off, and very different words. Granted, the spelling's awfully close, just one additional F in the word off. But the car, the license plate was falling off. It was only hanging on by one bolt. It was kind of hanging funny in the back. And somebody had actually wrote on the window to shop it like that. And there wrote license plate falling of. Falling of, what does that mean? I added an additional F to it, so it said falling off. And it looked obviously corrected because I used a bright pink paint pen. I know, boring ass community post. I just felt the need to make a community post of it with my lovely reflection in the glass, of course. So I did that during my break. As my break was ending, I couldn't help but notice a very attractive petite woman who at first glance looked really young. Come to find out she wasn't. But, I was seeing her from a distance, but I definitely turned my head and checked her out as I was heading outside. And I was waiting at the tables, or not the tables, but the chairs, the little waiting area closest to the escalators near the Hertz return line. And after after my break, I was headed to the dollar return line. And I thought since it was so nice outside, I would just go out the doors, walk across the area outside, and then go in the other doors by dollar and go down the escalators that way. Well, the woman was walking in the doors as I was going out. I don't know if she saw me checking her out or not, but apparently she glanced at me, and maybe she wanted to talk to me. More likely than not, she just saw that I was wearing a safety vest and assumed that I worked there. At any rate, she comes walking, well, actually kind of running after me out of the doors after I noticed her going in. And I very much noticed her. I was just kind of thinking to myself that, oh, I wish I was going where you were going, as I was looking at her longingly. And as I'm walking off, suddenly I turn around and she's like, hey, hey. And I notice she's running after me. And she said she had a friend coming to pick her up, and she asked, where her friend would pick her up at. And I found that particularly interesting because until randomly walking to the passenger pickup area like a week or two ago, I never knew where it was. And I've had people ask me that before. Hey, I've got a friend picking me up here. Where do I go? And they seemed really perturbed when I didn't know the answer to that, but I genuinely didn't know. Well, this time around I did. And so I was escorting her to there, and it's not an easy place to find. There's no signs to really tell you where to go. And if you've seen the vlog where I'm walking around that area, it's in a really odd, out-of-the-way place and not really directly connected to the rest of the rental car center. Anyway, as I'm showing her where it is and explaining to her how, yeah, I only recently figured out where it was myself, and follow me, and she's pulling a suitcase, but following after me into what would look like a dark, secluded area that she maybe shouldn't be going to. So apparently she found I was somewhat trustworthy. Is a rather petite woman, by the way, but she has a friend on the phone, whatever. But her friend's trying to explain where she is. Well, come to find out, her friend isn't there. Her friend is lost. Eventually, she hands her cell phone to me with her friend on it, and her friend's trying to explain where she is, and I'm not even 100% sure where she is, other than she's on Buckeye. Anyway, what I ended up doing was directing her friend to the 24th Street SkyTrain station, and then walking with the really attractive woman that had flagged me down for help after I'm sure she saw me checking her out. Escorted her into the SkyTrain station and just told her, get off at the next station. And from where we were by the elevator to take her down to where passenger pickup was, which of course I absolutely could not give her friend directions to. I have no idea how one gets to there. But her friend had asked, will you turn in where it says rental car return? And I'm like, no, do not. That will get you into a whole different maze that won't be helpful for you. But I was able to give her friends directions to the 24th Street station. And fortunately, the purple neon around the outside on the roof of 24th Street station makes it really easy to see from a distance. So yeah, her friend was like, oh yeah, I see that. I'm like, well, just go there. And probably her friend got there before the gal that was with me. But yeah, I went ahead and escorted her over to the SkyTrain station. And I wish I'd have introduced myself. She was really, really gorgeous and seemed like a really cool person. Of course, you know what? I was going to say, no, she's probably flying out, but she definitely wasn't flying out. She's obviously staying in Phoenix with a friend. Oh well. Missed opportunity. But it was a good social interaction, and for a guy that has the kind of social interaction issues I have, I'm just thought I'd share it. Feeling kind of good about it. Maybe that woman will haunt my dreams tonight. So anyway, that's about it. That was the most memorable thing that happened at work today. But all in all, another good day at work. And thanks for watching.